They call me the Jacka, you know what I'm saying? Group called the Figaz. We out of Northern California, man, you know what I'm saying? And I was sent here to bring pride back to hip-hop. What inspired me to want to be a part of hip-hop, I mean, just the personality of the MCs first and foremost, just how they presented themselves on TV, you know what I mean? It was always like royalty, you know, almost, because it was when it was first coming out and it was real new, and the image was larger than life, you know, of a rapper. With, you know, I didn't know they made images on people, but it was just, it looked so good on TV that, you know, I actually bid on it, and that was like the first thing that really just, because I'm from the 80s, so, you know, I like the sweatsuits and the tennis shoes with the fat laces and the, you know, dope hats and, you know what I mean, just dope glasses, just looking fly all the time, you know what I mean, nice jewelry and all that shit. That really was attracted me to wanting to actually become one, if I can look like that, you know what I mean? But when I really actually knew I was going to do it, it was probably when I was around about 9, and I was a big fan of hip-hop my whole entire life, you know what I mean? So somebody actually put me on blast. People rapping. I knew niggas who rapped before and shit, so I kind of had a little idea how to rap, so I tried it, and it actually came out better than I thought. And it was just freestyle. I had people like, damn, this boy dope, you know what I mean? And I was just like, oh, okay, this is what I'm going to do. But I never really brought it to nobody's attention in my family or nothing like that, because I ain't need nobody shooting at it trying to bring me down, so I just kept it in the back of my mind that, you know, I'm going to make it happen for myself, though. I'm not going to just, you know, go around trying to just have people put me on. I want to just make it happen for myself, because, you know, I wanted to work on my craft and become a good artist before I actually started letting people hear my shit, you know. Probably in the 4th grade, and I was living in Richmond, California, and it was this clothing, this is in the 80s, there was a clothing store called Hard Puts. You feel me? It was a place where everybody got all their fly gear and everything from and shit, right? Run DMC lands on the roof, helicopter. You know, they were coming for an in-store in there that day. You know, meet and greet. They land on the roof in a fucking helicopter, man. You know what I'm saying? Dopest shit ever seen it before. You did? Just MCs having a blast, you know what I mean? Having a good time feel. And just going to parties and, you know, Kid and Play was the shit, you know what I'm saying? And House Party was a dope-ass movie, and just wanting to live that life and do that, you know what I mean? The people who know about that shit don't do that shit or even talk about it, because it's like old, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's almost embarrassing, because if you go back, I loved it, but you know, if you go back, it's probably like when your dad or your grandparents, and you go back to old pictures and old things, and it was just kind of funny, because it was, you know what I mean? It was a new thing going on. It was a new trend, and like, not after, you know, hip-hop was born in the, you know, late 70s, you know what I'm saying? But it really took off in the mid-80s, right? So, you know, it was still relatively new in the 90s, you know what I mean? So everything that when you go back and look at Kid and Play and all the niggas from making them, it's funny, you know what I mean? It's hella funny, and it's almost embarrassing, so people kind of like, you know what I mean? But it's important to hip-hop, though. It's important that people really go back, if you know about that shit, and show the young niggas and shit. Just show them. You know, they don't have to like it or whatever. They'll never be into it like how you was, but, you know, they still have to know about it. You got to school them. That's why, you know what I mean? Just so when I go overseas and shit, hip-hop is like a course at school you could take. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a class you can pick. Rap is still new. It hasn't been around. Your grandmother wasn't rapping. You feel me? You probably, a lot of people's parents weren't rapping, or even still don't like the shit. You know what I mean? So it's still new. And when we get old, hopefully it's still around. When I come out, bro, it's just that I come out and I just get the crowd going, bro. I take them over. You feel me? I get straight into their mental instantly. And I make them I mesmerize them, I trance them, make them do whatever I want to do. Because, you know what I mean? I want to be I want to be one of the top MCs. I don't want to have a fucking single on the radio just to fucking get booked for shows. You know what I mean? So I gotta make sure I'm the illest MC. When I go out, it ain't just a bunch of niggas standing on stage, you know, everybody screaming in a mic. it's crowd participation. I know what to say because I learned from the greats. You know what I mean? I paid attention and studied from the greats. So a motherfucker could have the hit song on the radio, and I probably have a better show than him because the way that I have everybody into it and the way that I MC is better than him. You know what I mean? But, you know, a lot of people don't know what MCing is, so I really want to make dope music, man. You know, when music is dope, it's always the one that somebody put me on to. Oh, shit, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? And something that I never heard of before, and it just was just dope. And this rapper was pretty much saying anything he wanted to say because, you know, it ain't nobody to tell him he shouldn't do it, you know. I really like listening to different kind of music because rap ain't the only music that's dope. And I like to bring shit to hip-hop. You know what I mean? So even the choice of vocabulary in a fucking rock album is different than the vocabulary used in hip-hop sometimes. And to learn shit different ways that, oh, you can actually say, and bring it to music, bring it to your genre of music, bro. It helps it expand, you know what I mean? And so me as an artist, I'm always working on my craft.